Hi, today we are looking at the third issue of NYX, written by the actual hive mind, Collin Kelly and Jackson Lanzing, drawn by Francesco Mortarino, and colored by Raúl Angulo. Full spoilers ahead, so you are forewarned. These comics make me feel things. I mean, it is the same feeling when I read the Crucible issue. It is the same thing when Kate turned Ronin. It gave me chills. It is that good. Hi, Future Tyler here. It gave me chills during the second reread as well. Especially when I came to the part when they asked, like Storm had previously during the resurrection ceremony, what is he? And the answer is mutant. Where while it is a callback to the resurrection ceremony, I know what you mean. You feel more for the Crucible issue as a ceremony of rebirth and identity. But we are kind of getting ahead of ourselves. The issue started with the death of a mutant who was perhaps a victim of a hate crime. We do not actually see the crime being committed, but our main characters were at his memorial service organized by Kamala. Kamala, having went through the resurrection protocol herself, should not have asked if there were funerals on Krakoa, because she knew there were none. Well, we kind of did have one, but I know what you meant. The appearance of Caliban and Lulu, dressed regally and draped with like plants and two flower girls to the chance of what is he, mutant, was actually a good surprise. And then we cut to the panel of like Sophie crying and answering with them. That is the first hint to the twist towards the end of this issue. And so they came, they went, and Eno followed them all the way down to the tunnels where he met the rest of the Morlocks, including Sobunar, which made me go, huh? Wait, why is he here? I thought he was still on Mars. But the tunnels are not just some dingy, dirty tunnels. They look bright and filled with plants. Flowers were growing. Mutant kids were lining up for ice cream for the food from the food truck. And that's because of Sobuna. You can see like blood dripping off his hand. His blood is partially responsible, I assume, for the makeover of the tunnels, for making it into this beautiful habitat. Though that wasn't really his powers, but he's an Omega mutant. There could be aspects of his power that we do not yet know. So anyway, we cut back to the gang at the memorial service, and Kamal's brother and cousin interrupting whatever they were about to do to get Kamala away. That is the part that I find slightly contrived. Like, how did they know Kamala was there? Bila, Kamala's cousin. He had a Truth Seeker's badge pinned to his vest, and there were other truth seekers protesting and live vlogging at the memorial. That's how they figured it out. I do not think Kamala's brother is anti-mutant. He has a Wolverine head thingy hanging off his rear view mirror in his car. Sophie at that point was already very emotional, and she was ready to give them some psychic hammering. But thankfully Kamala stopped her. Sophie got to do it with the purifiers though. I love that our main characters made short work of the purifiers, and that even in the midst of a fight, Sophie is giving Kamala some grief about her randomly shouting political slogans. Again, in retrospect, Sophie calling the purifiers doggies is a hint of the twist. Yeah. So now I know I had complained about recycling old plot points and ideas, but let me clarify. While this issue is doing the same fear and hatred things that was mandated by the editors. It is not doing it without context. Like they are not doing it simply because my boss says we have to do it. Like, there's in addition, like this book is the one that is actively dealing with the fallout post Krakoa. Things did not just suddenly get back to normal, and people hating mutants again. So mutants are dealing with the loss of the nation, which makes the next couple of scenes all the more powerful. The Morlocks made Eno stripped, and while doing that, he was like making jokes, sexy jokes about meeting people who has a fetish for his skills, um, and there was this huge discussion about him being a mutant and or being an X-Men, and all the other labels and groups, but ultimately, what is Eno? What is he? Like stripping all the labels away, he is what he's born as, mutant. As they strut out proudly for all to see in what I call their national costume. Mutants are here to stay, whether the truth seekers like it or not. Yeah, I mean it is a powerful scene, and the words combined with the art. That is what every issue of X books should be. Like every issue should make me feel something. Like when I first read the original Days of Future Past, almost like 40 years ago, or the quiet issue of Peter splitting up with Kitty, or much later when Kitty sacrificed herself, stuck in a giant bullet, like hurting like through space forever. Or more recently, that Moira issue in Hotspox, or the X-Men Red issue during Judgment Day. They are not all the same, but they all made me, us, feel, and I hope like other readers feel something. That is to me what makes a great X-Men issue. Yeah, and then we get to the scene, that Sophie is working with her sister and her other sisters and Manny, and is using Kamala to ignite something. That was quite a twist, especially when I read it the first time and missed all the hints that were given earlier in the issue. And also, if it is not clear previously, we now know for sure that Prodigy have been like spray painting all over the city, including like graffiti of himself. So the art, while still very good, looks a little rushed this issue. I think we are rotating to the second artist of this book next issue. Yeah. I mean, just a tiny bit. But given the sheer number of characters in this issue and the details in different environments, we can kind of overlook that. I mentioned it previously, but it is worth reiterating. Mortarino really delivers in expressions when he needed. The shots of Sophie tearing up, Sophie's and Kamala's anger, the bystander looks of disgust at Eno, it all helps to make this an excellent issue. And as we mentioned previously, the powerful scene of the mutants like strutting out in what I call their national costume, it would not have worked without the art. The stance of the characters, their determined and somewhat proud expression, and the design of the costume, as well as the coloring and the lettering of that page, they all work. Yeah, I like it when the art shows and that there's no need to specifically spell things out with words or thought bubbles, like the cut hand of Sobuna, the Truth Seeker's badge on Bila's vest, the joy in the faces of the kids eating ice cream, and Eno's tail when he saw the tunnels reminding him of their lost home. Yeah. I mean, there are some really weird looking Morlocks, including one where the head is like attached like sideways to the neck. If I have to nitpick, Kamala's hair had this strange tufts framing her face that looks kind of unnatural. And there are shots of Laura with like this weird strand of hair right in front of her that seemingly came out of nowhere. But I'm here for like frizzy hair Laura. So in conclusion, this is a 4.75 out of 5 for me. 3 issues in, and I have to say that this is easily and consistently the best X book of this era. It has a point of view, and it is not simply recycling things that we had seen and read so many times before. Agree. The art is excellent and adds to the story and not simply telling the story. So, needless to say, everyone should pick this up and read it. Uh, if you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. Please share this video and leave us a comment.
Tyler
Tyler
out.
out.